What is up, guys? My name of course is Carlo. Welcome yet to another video, and a sort of refresher of my desk setup. I've been asked by a couple of people if I could do an update to the video that I did quite a few months ago. So here it is. A lot has changed since we last saw my desk setup, and I've got some new things and new workflows that I've implemented it. So this is a video content creator and filmmaker and visual effect artist sort of desk setup. This is the way I've sort of put it, and the way I like it the best. So let's spin the camera around so you can see what's going on here. So starting at the bottom, that box there has basically got all my film gear in it. It's basically got everything. Well, most of the stuff that I basically have. There's lenses in there, there's field monitors, you can just see one there in the corner. Field monitors, there's literally everything that I use for filmmaking. Big project, shall I say, is in that box. It is quite messy, but for a filmmaker it's not too bad. That's basically all the stuff I have that I use for filmmaking. So here is my main system, covered with a protective cloth. This is my Z820 workstation, which is, as you know, a Hackintosh. And yeah, this thing is a monster. I don't think there's any Mac or Apple machine in the world that can touch this machine, purely for performance. This thing is insane. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's my Z820 running OS X. It's still running Sierra, the latest version 10.12.6. It's not running Mac High Sierra yet, because I've still got quite a few projects on my Hackintosh that I'm working on, and I'm not really in a hurry to upgrade to Mac High Sierra yet. The one I've got on my system is absolutely fine. So I'm just going to come over here. As you know, this is my Blackmagic Cinema camera with my ProVista 6510 tripod with fluid head. This thing is absolutely amazing, this tripod. Quite a bit of money, but definitely an amazing tripod. So coming over, I've got my little BB-8 clock, which my missus bought me a few years back for Christmas, which I love. Tells me the time, it does the job. And just here I have my Right-M Audio monitors, or monitor speaker shall I say, which I absolutely love. Now I am thinking about upgrading my monitors to KRKs, but at the moment these are doing absolutely fantastically. They do exactly what I need. They're really punchy, they're really powerful for me to hear sound and to do my video editing work and my audio work. They're perfect, but I will think about upgrading them to KRKs in the future. Just pop a message in the description below if you think I should do that, if there's something you'd like to see in the setup. But for the time being, yeah, it's doing everything I need. So just below that you can see a blue flashing light. This is my 4 terabytes hard drive bay, or dock shall I say. This has got basically all my stuff on it that is software based. My time machine backup, so on and so on, it all runs off this hard drive. In my workstation down here, I've got 4 hard drives. So I've got 2 SSDs and I've got 2 4 terabyte hard drives running in there, which is great. And like I just said, this one backs up all my time machine, my operating system, my software, my stock footage and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. So here I've just got my Gorilla Pod, which I use if I'm using my Canon 70D or I'm using my mobile phone to film stuff. Great little Gorilla Pod. It's got my fluid head on it. It's got a little adapter on it. Yeah, it does the job. So the latest additions, as you know, is my 2 30-inch Apple Cinema displays, which are absolutely insane. I've been using them yesterday. I've been continuing sort of like trying to edit my videos and my latest film with it, and the picture clarity on these things are absolutely amazing. I just love them, and I'm really happy that I've got them, and I'm really happy that was a success, especially that they connected to a Hackintosh as well. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, brilliant. We'll come back to the tower in a second. I'll tell you some specs in a minute. So just below that is my Keystation 49. This is my production for sound effects and music creation. I use this with Logic Pro X, which I absolutely love this thing. It's such a good little keyboard, it's just brilliant. Just at the back there, I've got a 8-way USB adapter thing, where I could just plug things in. That's just in case I need to plug extra bits and pieces into my computer, and I don't have to go back to the back of the tail or nothing like that. That is connected to this monitor here, because as you know, this has got FireWire out and it's got USBs out, so I can connect USBs to both these, and that's basically what I use it for, just a hub, basically. So over here, I have my Shuttle Pro version 2. I love this thing. I use this for all my video editing, my shuttling stuff, all my video editing, play, fast forward. It's got all my keys and my shortcuts on it. This works with my Premiere Pro, it works with my After Effects, and it works with my Final Cut, so absolutely love this thing. This thing is wicked. So coming over here, I'm just turning around. These are my JVC noise cancellation headphones, which I use for listening to when I'm doing my video editing. These are not the most expensive headphones in the world, but they are absolutely amazing. They got really good sound quality. I just love them. These things I love to bits. So moving up here, I've still got my Blue Snowball microphone, which I use for my tutorials. It's still performing okay, it still does the job, but I am going to be upgrading to a Rode microphone within the next couple of weeks, and I will bring a dedicated video on that as well. Because I haven't got my Scarlett interface no more, I've had to sort of use USB, and as you know, this thing plugs in via USB. But I have seen a Rode microphone that does use USB as well, that I'm thinking of getting. So yeah, we'll just see about that in the future. So just down here, I've got my Filmic VFX Studios light thing that my partner, my missus, bought me as a gift, which is great. And just behind her there, I've got a case for my my gimbal, my electric gimbal, which is snug behind there. I'm just going to bring this microphone down here so you can just have a look at my desk. Here I've got the mouse, which I should actually go back to the mouse first. I've got the classic Apple mouse here, which I absolutely love. It's all about what you love at the day, what you use for your mouse and keyboard. I've got the traditional Apple wired keyboard, which I absolutely love. And then coming back up here, that will explain the box in the corner. Here I've got just a few bits and pieces inside these boxes that I keep, like for instance, these are protective cases, and in here, if I just open it up for you guys, I have a 500 gig hard drive in here, and this has basically got my complete Hackintosh backup. You know, if you're running a Hackintosh, it's always wise to have some sort of a backup hard drive, just in case the one you've got fails. So I know if there's any problem and I need to buy a new SSD or something, I could just get this thing, clone it to the new SSD, boot from it, and I'm good to go. So coming over, I've got my vintage Super 8 camera, which this one doesn't work, but I do have one that does work. And I do mean to bring some more videos to the channel on Super 8 video, and I will do in the future. So here's some lens adapters, which I use now and again. This is my lens cleaner, my lens cleaning kit, which is, you know, if you're using lenses and you haven't got one of these, you're insane. Always have a lens cleaner to hand, especially when lenses cost so much money. Just here I've got a speed booster, which I use with my Blackmagic Cinema camera. This thing was insanely expensive. So yeah, that's that. At the back here I've got two mic packs, which I use for doing interviews and stuff like that, which is great. They work brilliant. Just up here I've got my Freddy plushie, which I absolutely love. This thing's really cool. Next to that I've got a box for a Canon 50mm lens. I have my vintage Sigma lens here, which is absolutely amazing. I've had this for years, and this lens it's just amazing picture quality with a BMCC. I've got my production lens, which I featured in a video a couple of months ago, or a couple of weeks ago, shall I say. I've got another Canon 70-210, a 28-105, 50mm, and a vintage 10-15mm lens here, with some boxes, some filters at the back there, which is good. And then I've got my boxes up the top here, with my two Blackmagic Cinema cameras. This one is out of the box at the moment. This one is still in the box for backup and for dual camera setup if I need to do it. Just up here I've got my Dobby character, which I just bought recently in America. Absolutely love this thing, and I'm a big Harry Potter fan at the same time, so yeah, absolutely love this thing. This is a little thing that my son Oliver made, which I thought was quite sweet. He won't film it, so that's sort of like a sentimental thing for me, which I absolutely love. I've got my YouTube pillow there. I've got my limited edition Jaws print just behind it here. And as I come down, I've got my Tom Middleton signed autograph, Jurassic Park picture. I've got my 120cm slider, which I use quite a lot. I love this thing. Panning over to the right, another Jaws picture. You've probably seen all this in my videos anyway. This is a limited edition signed by the whole cast ET print, which I absolutely love, and my gimbal's just gone mad. Yeah, it's signed by the whole cast there, which is great. My Superman signed picture, which was bought for me by a friend of mine, which was great. And I've got my printed limited edition Celt of the Grinch, my favourite Christmas film of all time. Absolutely love it. And just behind my monitors, I've got my little light there, and I've got another light fixture just down there, which gives me a nice glow behind my desk. Webcam 1080p, which I have featured on the channel, works great for Skype and for me to do my meetings. Absolutely love this thing. And then I've got my little pink lamp for evening effects. When I'm working in visual effects, I like to, and I'm sat at the desk for, let me just switch it on. I'm sat at the desk for a long period of time. I do like to shut the main light off and just have a nice ambient sort of feel when I'm working. So it's still bright, but you know, when I'm working, I just like a nice colour. I just like to feel relaxed when I'm doing stuff, so I don't get stressed out or nothing, which is quite important. You know, you need to make your, you know, how you work important, comfortable and stuff like that. So going back to my tower, this is a 24-core system. This is an absolute monster. I'm just going to tap into zoom there. Like I said, it's my Zeiss Z820. I've got my cover over the top of it now, which is a professional cloth, which basically lets the heat through, but stops dust getting on the system. So all you do is take this cloth off, which is here. You basically shake it off and then put it back on top. This thing's a monster. It's got like 512 gigabytes of RAM in it. It's got a GTX 980. No, sorry, that was my previous graphics card. It's got the K6000 graphics, 24 gigs of VRAM. This is a Mac, should I say, or Hackintosh Mac, same thing, that Apple will never build. Apple can never compete with. I do love the, you know, the OS X ecosystem, the way it works. You know, I like the stability of it. You know, this Hackintosh is rock solid. I've had this Hackintosh now for coming on a year. This install coming on, yeah, just over a year now, and it's never failed me. It really hasn't. It's always been, you know, rock solid. Even though I've done some upgrades to the system, like a new graphics card and stuff like that, it's always been, you know, rock solid. So there it is, guys. That's my little desk tour. I will do an entertainment desk tour at some point, because I've just remodeled my whole desk setup there. I'll just put the light back on so we get some more light in here. And I do want to sort of take you through that at some point, but it is film based, but not really film based. You know, so you know, I've got my, you know, Blu-ray player, which is 4K. I've got my Nintendo Switch, which I'm at the moment playing this. Just get that out. I'm playing Mario Odyssey at the moment, and this thing is absolutely amazing. That game is insane. I've got my, I might as well take you through it. Let's just take you through it. So I've got my Wii U, which I still love. I've got my 4K Blu-ray player. I've got my Nintendo Switch. I've got my THX soundbar, subwoofers over the other side of the room. That thing's insane. If I just open up this cupboard here, I've got the Wii U, and then I've got the Xbox One, which is getting upgraded to the Xbox One X in the next couple of weeks, which is great. Down here, I've got PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and the PS2 Classic, which plays PlayStation 1 games. Absolutely love that thing and still use it today. And in here, I've got some Blu-rays. I've got thousands more Blu-rays in the cupboard over there. Just in there, that cupboard is full of Blu-rays. But I'm just waiting on the right shelf to pick up for them. I've got my Laserdisc players, Laserdisc here. I do need to purchase another Laserdisc player because my one died. a little while ago, so there will be a future video on that about my new Laserdisc player when I finally get it. Displaying all that is my gorgeous 62-inch 4K UHD TV by LG, which I absolutely love. Yeah, I had to go LG because my soundbar is LG as well. I do like LG. So there it is, guys. There is my, and you can probably see the washing behind me in there as well, in a very professional way. So I'm going to go into the kitchen. So that's it. As always, if you have enjoyed this video, remember, smash that like button. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, remember, subscribe to the channel. Plenty more exciting stuff coming, filmmaking and visual effects and so on and so on. So from me, and from Daisy, which is asleep there, and from Derek, which is comatose on the floor, I'll definitely catch you in the next video. Ciao, ciao, guys.